In a world full of interactions and exchanges, we often encounter situations where we feel disrespected or undervalued. These moments can stir up strong emotions within us, leading to conflict and distress. However, what if there was a timeless philosophy that could guide us through these challenging moments with grace and resilience? Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy founded around 300 BCE, offers profound insights into how we can navigate life's challenges, including instances of disrespect. The Stoics believed in cultivating inner strength, wisdom, and virtue to achieve a state of tranquility regardless of external circumstances. Today, we're going to explore 12 powerful principles from Stoic philosophy that can help you effectively deal with disrespect in your life. By understanding and applying these principles, you'll be better equipped to maintain your composure, uphold your values, and foster positive outcomes in even the most challenging situations. Before we delve into these principles, it's essential to understand the core tenets of Stoicism. At its heart, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and to accept with equanimity what is not. This foundational principle, known as the dichotomy of control, forms the basis of Stoic thought and is crucial for dealing with disrespect. Imagine a scenario where someone speaks to you in a demeaning or insulting manner. Your initial reaction might be one of anger or hurt. However, according to Stoicism, the words and actions of others are external events beyond your control. What you can control, though, is your response to these events. Stoicism teaches us to pause and reflect before reacting impulsively. Instead of allowing our emotions to dictate our actions, we can choose to respond with reason and wisdom. By practicing self-awareness and mindfulness, we can cultivate a sense of inner calm and stability even in the face of disrespect. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of practicing empathy and understanding towards those who disrespect us. Instead of harboring resentment or seeking revenge, we can choose to view others with compassion, recognizing that their words and actions are often a reflection of their own inner struggles and insecurities. In the following sections, we'll explore each of these principles in more detail, providing practical strategies and insights for effectively dealing with disrespect in various areas of your life. Whether you're facing challenges in your personal relationships, workplace, or community, Stoicism offers invaluable wisdom that can help you rise above adversity and cultivate inner peace. Before we dive into the insightful content ahead, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Now, let's continue our exploration of Stoic wisdom and how it can help us navigate instances of disrespect with resilience and grace. Principle 1. Recognize that disrespect is external and not a reflection of your worth. In the philosophy of Stoicism, one of the core principles is understanding that our worth as individuals is not determined by external factors, including the opinions or judgments of others. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, repeatedly emphasizes the importance of recognizing that the opinion of others is not our concern. Disrespect can often be hurtful and challenging to deal with, as it may feel like a personal attack on our character or abilities. However, Stoicism teaches us to adopt a different perspective. Instead of internalizing the disrespect and allowing it to affect our self-worth, we are encouraged to view it as an external judgment that does not define us. Imagine a situation where you have put in a lot of effort into a project or task, only to have someone disrespectfully dismiss your work. It's natural to feel hurt or frustrated in such a situation. However, by practicing Stoicism, you can shift your focus from seeking validation to recognizing your own intrinsic value. Remember, the opinions of others are subjective and can be influenced by various factors, such as personal biases, jealousy, or their own insecurities. Their disrespect says more about them than it does about you. By understanding this, you can detach yourself from the negative impact of their opinions. For instance, let's say you are a writer and have published a book. Despite positive feedback from readers, someone criticizes your work harshly, questioning your writing abilities. Instead of allowing their disrespect to undermine your confidence, remind yourself that their judgment is merely one person's opinion among many. Your worth as a writer is not contingent upon their judgment alone. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control. While we cannot control how others perceive or treat us, we have complete control over our own thoughts, actions, and responses. By shifting our attention towards our own character and principles, we can build a solid foundation of self-worth rather than seeking external validation. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize living according to our own values and principles. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the true worth of a person is measured by the good they do. Therefore, instead of allowing disrespect to diminish our self-worth, we can redirect our energy towards being virtuous, compassionate, and contributing positively to the world. Recognizing that disrespect is external is an essential Stoic lesson. By understanding that it is not a reflection of our own worth, we can detach ourselves from the negative impact of others' opinions. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our character, principles, and the intrinsic value we bring to the world. By doing so, we can maintain our self-worth in the face of disrespect and continue to grow as individuals. Remember, the opinion of others is not your concern. Stay stoic and hold on to your own sense of worth. Principle 2. Remain calm and do not retaliate. When someone disregards or insults you, it's tempting to let anger take over and seek revenge. However, lashing out aggressively, even if the urge feels justified, usually makes things worse in the long term. Instead, you must remain calm, take a deep breath, and detach your emotions from the situation. When you do this, you'll start to see things from a zoomed-out perspective, as if you're watching pieces on a chessboard. This clarity allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For instance, if someone insults you at work, instead of snapping back or stewing in resentment, you can pause, consider their words objectively, and choose a composed response. This shift in perspective can help you maintain your inner calm and make a more rational response, if a response is even needed. Don't misunderstand this as tolerating or accepting disrespect. Rather, it's about handling it with self-control and dignity. By remaining calm, you show you're not easily swayed by external events, and this in itself is a powerful statement. Principle 3. Self-reflection. Reflecting on your behavior can be a valuable exercise when facing disrespect. Instead of instantly dismissing it as unfair criticism, consider whether there might be a grain of truth in their words. Is there room for improvement in your work, or a different perspective worth considering? By doing so, you're embracing the Stoic practice of introspection and taking a rational approach to the situation. Reflecting on your behavior doesn't mean accepting unwarranted criticism, but rather it's an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. You have the chance to sift through the feedback, retain what is constructive, and discard what is not. For example, if a colleague criticizes your presentation, instead of getting defensive, think about their points. Could your slides have been clearer? Was there a part of your speech that was confusing? This approach not only helps you improve, but also demonstrates your commitment to personal growth, which can earn you respect over time. Principle 4. Focus on what you can control. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. When insulted or mistreated, avoid wasting energy on trying to change the other person or ruminating endlessly about the situation. You cannot dictate their attitudes or behavior, but you have full agency over your response. Ask yourself constructive questions like, how can I handle this with composure and ethics? And what can I learn from this about myself and my principles? Disrespect might be unavoidable at times, but you can always choose whether to respond with wisdom and principle or react with disturbance and blindness. Your control begins within. Principle 5. Practice empathy. Disrespect often stems from the insecurities and struggles of others. By practicing empathy, we can gain a better understanding of the pain and challenges that might be driving someone's disrespectful behavior. This understanding allows us to respond with compassion rather than reacting with anger or frustration. Practicing empathy helps maintain our own inner peace and can potentially influence the person who is disrespecting us positively. For instance, imagine you were working on a group project and one of your teammates consistently undermines your ideas and questions your abilities. Their disrespectful behavior is demoralizing and makes you feel undervalued. Instead of confronting them with anger or withdrawing from the situation, you decide to practice empathy. You reflect on the possible reasons behind their behavior. Perhaps they are dealing with personal issues, feeling insecure about their own contributions, or struggling with a lack of confidence. By understanding their perspective, you can respond with compassion and kindness. You might offer to help them with their part of the project or acknowledge their ideas in the discussion, showing that you value their input. This approach not only helps to defuse the tension, but also sets a positive example for others to follow. It's important to note that practicing empathy does not mean accepting or condoning disrespectful behavior. It means responding to disrespect with understanding and kindness while also setting boundaries and asserting our self-respect. By doing so, we can maintain our inner peace and have the potential to positively influence others. Principle 6. Practice active listening. This may sound counterintuitive, but sometimes the best way to deal with disrespect is to actively listen to the person who is being disrespectful. Active listening involves fully focusing on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. When you listen actively, you can peel back the layers of disrespect and see the underlying issues. This Stoic approach isn't about condoning or excusing disrespectful behavior. It's about fostering understanding and empathy. By actively listening, you're showing that you're not allowing their negative behavior to trigger a defensive reaction. Instead, you respond with curiosity and compassion. For example, if a coworker criticizes your approach to a project, instead of interrupting or defending yourself, listen to their concerns. Ask questions to understand their perspective better. You might discover that their disrespect stems from a misunderstanding or a lack of communication. By addressing the root cause, you can resolve the issue more effectively and build a stronger relationship. Principle 7. Maintain self-respect. When faced with disrespect, it is natural to feel hurt, angry, or even tempted to retaliate. However, Stoicism encourages us to rise above such reactions and instead focus on preserving our own self-respect. By doing so, we retain our integrity and uphold our values regardless of how others treat us. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasizes the significance of self-respect. He writes, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly." This means that our sense of self-worth lies in our response to external events, not in trying to control them. To maintain self-respect, it is crucial to stay true to our principles and not compromise our values simply to seek validation or acceptance from others. The Stoics believe that living a virtuous life is its own reward and external validation should not be the primary goal. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, reminds us that no man is free who is not master of himself. This implies that our freedom and self-respect come from within and are based on our own choices and the satisfaction we derive from our actions. Recognize that others' disrespect stems from their limited perspective or insecurities and does not diminish your worth. Maintaining self-respect also involves setting healthy boundaries. Stoics believe that we should not allow the actions or opinions of others to affect our inner tranquility. By establishing boundaries, we protect ourselves from being influenced by negative behavior. This does not mean we condone disrespect, but rather that we choose to rise above it and maintain our own moral compass. Maintaining self-respect is a vital aspect of Stoic philosophy. By recognizing that our worth comes from within and does not depend on external validation, we can navigate disrespect with grace and integrity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions, adhere to our principles, and respond to disrespect with kindness and respect. By nurturing our self-respect, we can lead by example and inspire others to do the same. Principle 8. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is an essential part of dealing with disrespect. It involves clearly communicating what behavior is acceptable and what is not. Boundaries help protect your emotional well-being and maintain your self-respect. For example, if a colleague consistently makes rude comments, you can calmly but firmly let them know that such behavior is unacceptable. You might say, "I understand you have concerns, but I would appreciate it if you could express them respectfully." By setting boundaries, you demonstrate that you value yourself and will not tolerate disrespect. Setting boundaries is not about being confrontational or aggressive. It's about asserting your right to be treated with respect. It's also important to enforce these boundaries consistently. If someone continues to disrespect you, be prepared to take further action, such as involving a supervisor or removing yourself from the situation. Principle 9. Lead by example. Leading by example is a powerful way to handle disrespect. When you respond to disrespect with dignity and composure, you set a positive example for others to follow. Your actions speak louder than words and can inspire others to adopt a similar approach. For instance, if you remain calm and respectful in the face of criticism, others will notice your self-control and integrity. Over time, this can influence the behavior of those around you and create a more respectful and positive environment. Leading by example also involves demonstrating the values and principles you believe in. Whether it's showing kindness, practicing empathy, or maintaining your self-respect, your actions can have a significant impact on others. Principle 10. Forgive and let go. Forgiveness is a crucial aspect of dealing with disrespect. Holding on to resentment only harms you, not the person who disrespected you. Forgiveness is the real key to inner peace and happiness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened or condoning the behavior. Instead, it means choosing to let go of negative emotions that harm you more than anyone else. Forgiveness is a sign of strength, not weakness. It allows you to move forward and focus on positive aspects of your life. For example, if a friend disrespects you, you can choose to forgive them and let go of the hurt. This doesn't mean you have to continue the friendship, but it frees you from the burden of anger and resentment. By practicing forgiveness, you release yourself from the cycle of negativity and open the door to healing and growth. Principle 11. Cultivate patience. Patience is a key virtue in Stoic philosophy. When faced with disrespect, practicing patience allows you to take a step back and approach the situation with a calm and composed mind. Instead of reacting impulsively, give yourself the time to process the event and decide on the best course of action. Imagine you are dealing with a difficult colleague who frequently undermines your efforts. Instead of reacting immediately, take a moment to breathe and gather your thoughts. This pause can prevent escalation and give you the clarity to respond in a way that aligns with your principles. Patience also involves understanding that change takes time. If you're working to improve a relationship or change someone's behavior, recognize that progress may be slow. By cultivating patience, you build resilience and maintain your peace of mind amidst ongoing challenges. Principle 12. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is another powerful tool for dealing with disrespect. When you focus on the positive aspects of your life and the things you are grateful for, it becomes easier to put instances of disrespect into perspective. Gratitude shifts your mindset from one of negativity and frustration to one of appreciation and positivity. For instance, if you experience disrespect at work, take a moment to reflect on the things you are grateful for: your skills, the support of other colleagues, or the opportunity to grow professionally. By concentrating on these positives, you can diminish the emotional impact of the disrespectful behavior. Gratitude also helps you recognize the lessons and growth opportunities that come from difficult situations. Even when faced with disrespect, there is often something to be learned or an opportunity for personal development. By practicing gratitude, you can turn negative experiences into valuable life lessons. Stoicism offers powerful principles for dealing with disrespect. By recognizing that disrespect is external, staying calm, practicing self-reflection, focusing on what you can control, practicing empathy, actively listening, maintaining self-respect, setting boundaries, leading by example, and forgiving, you can navigate instances of disrespect with resilience and grace. Stoicism teaches us to rise above negativity and maintain our inner peace, allowing us to live a life of virtue and integrity. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find it useful. Remember, the opinion of others is not your concern. Stay stoic and hold on to your own sense of worth.